rush hour. Tens of thousands of vehicles are trying to get in and out of the city. Most of them squeeze across two big bridges on the tip of the peninsula. Without these vital traffic arteries, San Francisco would grind to a halt. This one is probably the most famous bridge on the planet, the Golden Gate Bridge. It stretches over half a mile across a windy strait that's 300 feet deep and full of vicious currents. To survive in this extreme location, the Golden Gate has some heavy engineering under the hood. Its foundations stick 60 feet deep into the solid rock below the seabed. $150,000 tons of concrete lock the 800-foot-tall towers firmly into the ground. Concrete blocks reach deep into the rocks on the banks. They anchor the two main cables that hold up the bridge. They're made of over 80,000 miles of steel wire, enough to circle the globe 3 times. The Golden Gate has withstood the elements for 75 years, but its biggest challenge is yet to come. 12 miles to the east, the tension in the fault line is close to breaking point. A really big quake is overdue in San Francisco. Geologist Roger Billum is investigating where it might strike.
The fault hasn't slipped for 142 years, and the average time between earthquakes is about 138 years. So it's about to happen, you know, it could happen today actually. I rather hope it will, because I've got all sorts of equipment with me for just such an occasion.
Sensors dotted all over San Francisco constantly monitor the fault's movement.
Yeah, this is one of our creep meters. What you can see is a rod coming in here. The end of the rod is attached to the far side of the fault. This end is free and it's just being pulled away. We're measuring that expanding gap very precisely.
The creep meter tells Roger how much tension is building up in the fault.
So, I need to measure the gap here. 63.78 millimeters. So it's moving about 5 millimeters a year. The fault over thousands of years is moving about 9 millimeters a year, which means that half the amount is stored every year, ready for the next earthquake. Below 5 kilometers is locked, riveted. It's glued together so firmly that nothing will allow it to slip except an earthquake or fracture. I need to replace the batteries first.
This lock zone is just a few miles away from the city center, and it's guaranteed to produce a massive quake.
The only surprise we have is exactly when it's going to occur. We really haven't got any idea. The longer we wait, of course, the larger the earthquake will be, and that is a little concern.